Greetings and salutations, my fellow home brewers of YouTube and any other motherfucking beer drinker out there who can appreciate somebody actually attempting to brew their own shit. Let's see, today is 11/5. I'm speaking like talking about servers, sorry. It's the 5th of November, Friday. I think it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I came down here before I went to bed. Tomorrow's a brew day, but I got these two bad boys sitting here. I've been fermenting for 2 weeks today. Well, actually 2 weeks tomorrow. Give or take a couple hours. And since brew day is tomorrow, I wanted to see where these guys were as far as being able to rack them into secondary. Took a reading on Tuesday, and both of these guys were close to where they should be. I was more concerned with this guy over here, the brown ale, partly because I was about 16 ounces off of the total 5-gallon volume. I figured that out because I used the same amount of water on this guy, which is the IPA, and I measured it before I pitched the yeast and took the gravity reading. Actually, when I took the gravity reading, it was low, and I added 16 ounces of water to get up to 5 gallons, so I'm assuming, give or take a couple ounces, that the same thing happened over here. So I was a little worried about the gravity reading on that guy, because it came in high to begin with, not too much higher than it should have been, and I don't remember what it was specifically, but it was definitely higher. But I attribute my higher reading at the 10th day mark because of that. But I took a reading just a few minutes ago, and that bad boy over there, and here's actually the sample of it, and it hasn't changed. It was 1.020, and based on the calculator that I have for attenuation and the apparent attenuation, and Modogger, your calculation works great, but when you start drinking, having an iPhone app that does it for you, that's beautiful. Anyways, I calculated it to be 1.020, and for 3 days it's been 1.020. Actually, with the temperature adjustment, it's 1.021, but I don't know how accurate those liquid crystal thermometers are, so I didn't want to freak out about 1 degree difference. So it could be 68, it could be 66. It's hard to say. So, hey, I'm going to taste. Actually, I tasted it the other day. I'm tasting it now, and it tastes great. So I can't wait to secondary it, let it condition a little bit more, clear out, and then put it in bottles in about 2 weeks. I'm getting ready to test this guy over here, the IPA. I'll do a quick video on that guy here. Unfortunately, the iPhone is a piece of shit, as I've said in several of my videos, and there's no real easy way to edit these things together. So hopefully Santa Claus will be nice to me, and I'll get a nice HD camcorder for Christmas, especially if I start making some stuff for my wife, which actually, before I get done here, I'll show you. Anyways, you can probably see in the middle there's my other starter. I'm really liking using the airlocks and the stoppers with the tubing into the actually old flower vases. It's something about it, just I guess my concern of having these things explode on me has me sleeping better knowing that I have those tubes in there instead. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Even if I use the airlocks, which I am using, I think I'm going to have blow-off tubes. Just, hey, I like the backwoods hillbilly look that I've got going on here, and every neighbor that comes down here says the same shit and kind of cracks me up. So hey, I'm going to keep doing it. So before I cut off to this next video when I do the sample on the other one, I wanted to quickly show this little sucker over here, and I apologize for the shitty-ass light. It's darker over here because the light's not over my head. But my wife, being the jealous type, kidding, honey, I love you, she had asked me to look at doing a cider, and I guess once you start fermenting beer, you're like, what the hell else can I ferment, Let me try something else. So last night I had her go to the grocery store and buy 5 1-gallon pasteurized, but no preservatives, no chemical, basically filtered, pasteurized, organic apple juice. And tonight I boiled it and cooled it, and actually last night I created a starter. I didn't film that, but I got it all ready. Did the same thing I did with the beer, minus the few, things that you typically got to do. I cooled it down to about 80 degrees, and I pitched the starter in here. And if you can see, it's already fermenting. This is a 5-gallon glass carboy that I bought off of Craigslist, and I was going to save it for my beer, but you know what? I read apple cider tends to like cooler temperatures, and since it's sitting flat on the basement floor and it's about 65 degrees down here, I figure, I know concrete will suck the energy or warmth out of you, so I figured the same thing will happen over here, and supposedly these things do better closer to 60, so I'm sure it's helping. I'll leave the plastic carboys, the 5 gallons, for the secondaries for the other guys, which unfortunately, honey, means I got to buy something else. Anyways, yeah, so I did this for her. She asked me to do it, and I actually like hard cider, so I'm looking forward to tasting this. I guess these guys take a little longer to do, but you know what? Now that I've got the brewing bug, I'm probably going to, I'll do a shitload of beer. I'll try different ciders, and hell, maybe I'll even get into wine. Who knows? If you can ferment it, fuck it, I'll try it. So, anyways, I'm going to finish the rest of this brown ale, so I can't be accused of alcohol abuse. And I'll sample this next guy, and I'll do a quick video on that. Until then, we'll see you in a few minutes.